Welcome, Vizsla, and hello, heroes. You are coming to episode 7 of A Woman with Hollow Eyes, and we're so glad that you've escaped Shadow to join us here tonight. We have a riveting good time for you, and sure to get into lots of trouble tonight because of the way we're setting it up. So let's do quick introductions, and then I'll introduce what's cool and weird about this session. So I am your GM, Darcy Ross, and why don't we introduce quickly our characters.
Sure.
Kat?
Hey everyone, I'm Kat Cool. I play Kitty Hart, who goetic, lucky in cards, unlucky in love, tends to get into a lot of scrapes, and is generally a ne'er-do-well. Yeah?
Yep.
That brief?
Yeah.
Cool.
I am James D'Amato, and I'm going to be playing Calvin Weaver, who is somebody who just recently came into actuality from Shadow. Calvin is a bit of a mysterious person. It's turned out that he has a greater history here than he knows about, and certainly than his friends know about, and his powers seem wildly out of control pretty much all the time. Calvin recently learned something very important from Librelite, who is his superior weaver, who's been sort of teaching him how to control his magic, that he apparently was around for the war and was involved in some pretty high-level military command stuff, and that was just too much for Calvin. Also, Calvin was romantically involved with Librelite, something I'm very excited about. But unfortunately, it was too much for Calvin to handle, so Librelite literally just plucked those memories right out of his head. And so Calvin does not have access to those memories right now, and still doesn't really understand the way the world is supposed to work.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
And I am Alan Linick. I will be continuing my journey as Wayne, the maker/mystery maker. Wayne is a character who is quickly losing his patience with everything.
It was a rough session last session.
Yes. When Wayne is confronted by problems, his solution is usually to build a better fix than whatever it currently is. And right now, as far as he's concerned, that's pretty much Saturnine is the problem. So the goal is to fix it.
Wayne.
And
Calvin's on board with this.
I'm gonna fix
on
it.
board.
Tired of Vizsla and they're creating problems that could easily be solvable by magic that no one seems to care enough to do.
Kitty, you're going to be the voice of reason here?
I'm gonna try.
Yep. This is going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do tonight for ways that the audience can interact, like usual, if you subscribe to the channel, we will let you give a sortilege die to any one of these lovely people, and that means they can basically roll 2 dice together. They get to add a little magic oomph to whatever they're trying to do and give them a better chance of success. So that's for a sub. For 300 bits, we have drawing a new Sooth deck card, which affects all of the way that magic works, and if we dip into side scene modes, it's sort of the only mechanic we have to determine how that scene goes. So it's pretty powerful. For 200 bits, you add 1 to the venture, so helping them out, boosting a little die roll like that, or if you don't want to help them with a die roll, and instead you want to make things more terrifying and interesting and weird, you can spend 500 bits for that die roll and introduce Flux. So they can still succeed or fail, but we're going to pull from that Flux chart that we have been woefully neglectful of and get weird magic going. So just let us know.
Just for people who are wondering, is a Flux worth that money? Spoonwain was a Flux. So
Yeah.
we have a tendency to take things pretty far, so
We really do.
Just think about that when you're deciding, do I want to add a Flux to this roll?
Oh, sorry. Did I say the wrong
sorry.
thing?
Yeah, 10.
Sorry.
1,000 bits, not 500.
1,000 bits for Flux. That's true. For more Spoonwains. God help us. Thank you so much, everybody. So we are going to open on, I believe, the 3 of you have gotten into all sorts of trouble now that you're back in Saturnine. You recently came back to Saturnine through a enormous woven hole in the ground straight from the Pale. The land of the dead has a straight just walk through it whole into Saturnine, right in front of Kitty's bar, the Fine Jubilee. And so that was pretty problematic. You guys have, Calvin's constantly wreaking total havoc on various neighborhoods, especially in front of his old apartment where the fearsome Daniel McPherson lives.
Yeah, property values are way down right now.
Yeah, lots of things burst into
Burn
burns.
attacks way up.
So, but I think, you're all a little drained of resources. So there was talk last time after a pretty successful con job that Kitty helped take off that, going for these small-time cons are fine and helpful, but at the level of chaos that you're trying to fix or the kinds of things you guys are trying to do, you might need to pull off a bigger heist. So, Kitty, do you want to, what was the target of this heist?
Yeah, so the goal is McPherson, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Where are we physically right now?
Where's the planning happen?
Your place is the only place that feels secure.
Yeah, I think maybe by this point the Waynosphere, at least externally, has been reassembled.
Okay.
So it's back to its old self. No more illusions required. It's just the insides that are being tweaked and the power source that's missing.
Okay.
So really, it looks like my normal place right now. Everything's where it's supposed to be, around the sphere, and probably we're hanging out in like the living room area of the inside of that sphere.
What cat deterrents do you have?
Cat deterrence?
Cat deterrents.
For the one that's watching me?
For the one that's watching you.
Our opening card for the Path of Suns is the Forbidden Game. And it's Notions, which is none of your
Oh, no, I am Notions.
Oh, yeah, it is. Your Notions. So you get a +1 on whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Cat deterrence.
Cat deterrents.
It can't get in the house. It can't get in the house.
What an assumption to make.
I'll kill it. We'll just kill it. That's the biggest cat.
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Why not?
What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with people in this place that you'll just kill a cat?
Well, I mean,
I don't know
why,
if
it might
it's
not
a
be a cat. Why would you assume that's a cat?
Because it looks like a cat. It moves like a cat.
Calvin.
It's a cat.
Rourke just gave us, is that 900 bits? So new Sooth cards for everybody, or is that Venture?
Or is that...
Or is that...
Are you banking something so that someone can add one to that and give us
Yes.
flux?
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Let us know what that is, Rourke.
Yeah, let us
It's
know what
so
that is,
scary
Rourke.
right now.
It is very alarming. And so the cat you're talking about is outside, is the one that's been watching Wayne's house, right?
Yeah.
Which is, Calvin had just, sorry, I'm confusing all of your IRL people with your
Sure.
game people. You are all now your characters to me. So Calvin, you described the cat last time, I believe, as it was like a really big,
It's a big-
beefy, like furry,
Like a ginger.
Fluffy cat. Not ginger.
Oh, I thought it was ginger.
No,
Kind of foresty
it's,
cat?
It's like
Or-
silvery
Oh.
gray, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but this is the cat that's just been lurking outside Wayne's Waynosphere watching.
It's very odd to me that you'd think that things are things just because they look like them.
Okay, there is absolutely no way that that can be an unnatural assumption. This place is so messed up that it's a cat. And if it's not a cat,
You think it's a cat?
why has it been hanging around?
You really think it's a cat?
If it's not a cat, why are we having this
I
conversation
get
now?
out. I get up and I walk to my front door and I go outside. Is the cat there?
Trying to figure out
Oh,
what this
still
is.
trying
It's
to figure
very
out Rourke's thing.
confusing.
A new Sudi card.
Oh, thank you so much. That's
What?
really sweet.
How is it sweet?
No,
Sooth
it's-
card helped me.
Oh wow! So +1 for
Yeah, we
everybody.
each get +1.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
Cool. So you have a banked +1 for a die roll, and for a new Sooth card.
Yeah.
Should we pull that when you guys don't like one, or
I think
do it
if we
now?
like it too much.
Yeah.
We'll
If we
we'll
like it too
decide.
much?
We'll
okay,
decide.
cool. We've got a banked Sooth card pull.
I mean,
Yeah.
At your discretion, Darce.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Thank
Is-
you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
The cat is outside?
As always, just watching.
Great. You really think it's just a cat?
Whoa! Kitty scooches to a halt in front of him. Don't just like kill
I'm
somebody.
not going to kill the cat.
You're probably gonna kill a cat,
I
though,
bet
right?
I won't. I lock eyes with the cat. And I'm going to use Control Mind.
Ooh.
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 The cat belongs to me now.
Now does it? What level spell is that, my
8.
good sir?
Dope.
And I'm just going to go ahead and blast all 10 of my sorcery points.
Dope.
Is this a forte ability?
Yeah, it is.
So, sorry, did you add?
Can I do that?
Yes, you
right?
can.
Yeah.
So what's the total
And Rook
final
gave me
level?
an extra, so 11 to gain control of the cat.
What?
And it is a permanent effect.
To no mind. Okay, so what is
Control
it?
mind.
Control mind.
Control Mind. I gain control of a creature.
Like, do you want to add any fluff to this? To like what that?
Yeah.
Do you,
So
what is?
from externally,
Yeah.
what is happening is I'm not. Look, just do you mind if I look at the
Phil of Canada.
Flux for cat. Flux for
Flux for the
cat.
cat?
You have
Great.
to promise. You have to promise.
I'm not gonna kill it.
Okay.
There
but,
will be no need.
But do the promise, though. All right.
I lock eyes with the cat. From the outside, it looks like we make eye contact for half a second. From the cat's perspective, it is suddenly mentally pitched down a screaming hole of like cacophonous sounds, and just this swirling like vortex of endless nothingness. And it just hears my voice on all sides of this like endless abyss. And I just say, "Come inside," and it like springs off. I mean, there's a flux happening, but
There is, and so it's in that vortex of chaos that you're having this mental face off sort of thing, and all nearby mirrors, which you have a number
I
of.
have a couple,
There are
yeah.
a number of reflective surfaces, even things that aren't mirrors. So well-burnished metals that you might be working with, things that almost certainly would have been useful for your transmogrification of your Wainosphere into a ship. All of these reflective surfaces shatter into 8, no wait, is it 9? No, maybe 10 sun-colored shards, bursting, totally showering the inside of the Wainosphere and outside with glass shards spreading everywhere.
So that's
I didn't
not
mean
a
to.
cat. Did you do that?
I don't know.
No, the cat did that.
come inside.
He just came inside.
Well, are you gonna bring it inside? It's
Hops
not a
through
cat.
a window. So I'll get you all to make quick withstand rolls.
Yeah.
So there are so many of them that they are.
I have +2 to resist. Is that factored in?
Let me
Oh,
see.
am I making one too?
You are definitely making one too.
Is withstand and resist?
It is
the
a
same thing is my
0.
question.
I think withstand is different. So
Okay.
Based on intellect or physicality?
physicality, my friends.
I'll spend a bene on this.
Is the rules cheat sheet over there? Yes, it is. Give me that. Cool. Yep. So it comes from physicality if you need it.
Okay.
So the goal you're looking for, the challenge, is 8.
Great.
Jeez, I will spend
I
my
did
+1.
not.
You did not. Okay.
No.
Hey, with my spend, I made it.
Okay, perfect.
I rolled what looks like a 10, but I'm trying to figure out on this die if that is. Nope, that's
0.
a 1.
That's a 1. Okay,
okay.
excellent. So you're-
Either would be bad.
whoever failed is getting 2 wounds as these shards, because they pop off in big chunks, right? It's not. It's
2
not that
wounds?
they've 2 wounds.
Jeez.
You can spend a physicality bene to soak. I'm so sorry. They should go up through injuries. So it's actually it's 4 injuries, which gives you 1 wound and an injury left over.
And I can soak an injury with a physicality?
You can soak a wound with physicality.
Got it.
which is
so I will
good.
do that.
Cool. So you are left with 1 injury. I'm good at hit points.
How does this work?
Yeah. So you get 4 injuries.
Yep.
So you get
Yep.
up to 3, and then that makes a wound, and you're left with 1 injury.
Thank you.
And if you spend a physicality bene, you can soak that 1 wound.
Okie doke, then I will do that.
All right, cool. So you are all really ripped up from some of these and they've turned to different colors, right? The different colors of the suns. Although you keep feeling like you're seeing another color somewhere in the mix as they're all shattered on the floor. The cat happily hops inside, but so do you get to see through its eyes at all, or?
I don't know.
control
I
it.
think I just control it. It
All right,
is mine.
You get the sense that you have a real kinship with this cat, more so than just I have now seized control over it. It feels natural that it should be in here.
Great. I turn to the cat and I just say, tell them who you are.
Let's see, what voice should the cat have? Jeez.
I mean, it's just gonna meow because it's a cat.
No.
It does meow, so it just meows. But
Cat!
you ruined the cat!
Cat!
But as it is meowing, coming from all around the house, every surface, every wall and ceiling / floor, because it's the Wainosphere, is this booming voice of, I am the guardian of the Wainosphere. I protect this place. I watch it over.
Okay, that's not good enough. Ask who made it.
Are cats different here?
Calvin? No! Figure out who sent it in the first place.
Sort of just, sitting upright very calmly.
Look, cat, do you have a name?
Not unless you have named me master.
See, this is the problem. Ask who was its master before. You need to know how to do this.
Okay.
You've watched me do this.
Okay, first things first.
Oh my god.
What?
I heal her.
Oh, you can heal people?
Yeah. I walk the path of suns.
That's a
What does
bunch
that
of
look like?
so a bunch of mirror shards had just gone into her because she's all glass, and then started being slowly absorbed up into the glass. But as soon as he does that, they just get extruded
Click.
out.
Yeah, they all fall to the ground. I think when his hands glow green, and I think all the green glass around the room glows when he does that.
Perfect.
And while Wayne is doing this, he'll go touch Wayne as well.
Okay.
Just so the mechanical stuff is
Yeah.
out of the way.
That's Lucky had ran into another room and gotten a first aid kit and came running back in and then just dropped it
Yeah.
and sat there looking upset.
I think my broom and dustpan are sweeping. Like they've
Oh,
just
like mad, yeah.
come out. But yeah, excellent. Well, Kat, your new name is Gertrude.
As you wish it.
Who did you serve before me?
I sprung from the protoplasm that built this place.
That
Its
built-
many secrets built me as they have built so much of the Wainosphere.
Oh. Dang it.
Do you know now what
It's
this
just
is?
attached to the house. It's one of my house secrets.
It's the house secret you never knew about.
Damn.
Do you say this?
Oh. Yeah, whoops. Hey, Kat, do you mind or Gertrude, excuse me.
Thank
Can you
you.
put on a pot of tea or something?
As you wish it. The cat pads over, and it's a big cat, and you know how cats get those big paws that are, once they're big enough, they are almost a lot more malleable. So they
Put some clothes on.
It's definitely got those thumbs, like how
Oh,
some
yeah.
cats have thumbs.
Why do you trust it?
It's part of the house.
You don't
It's just
trust
part of the house.
anything.
You don't
the house.
kill cats! You do not kill cats!
Why are you
It's-
still on this?
It's
That's
my
we're
cat.
not
We
killing
can
it
trust
anymore.
it now.
And why do you think we can trust it
Because
now?
it's mine.
Well, but it just lied to you.
No, it didn't.
Why do you think it didn't lie? You think everybody lies to you all the time.
This cat is not lying to me.
Why? How do you know?
Because I own it.
You don't even know what cats do.
What do you mean I don't know what cats
Okay,
do?
so
I could give you 10 facts about cats
If
right
a
now that
cat
would blow
likes
your mind.
you, if a cat likes you, what does it do to indicate that?
That
It
sounds like
purrs
it
and
would
it
be...
rubs on you.
No, it doesn't. It slowly blinks at you.
Okay, look, I think if we were putting together a listicle about interesting cat facts, everybody in the room would have a lot of fun things to contribute to that. However, Wayne, would you like to explain why you trust it as yours?
The cat is part of the house. It's just part of the house. It's attached to the house.
Did you know that before?
I think I might have known that before, and that may have been taken from
So
me.
it's a memory thing. It's a memory thing. Maybe the cat knows something.
I will ask as soon as the tea's ready. But we're in the middle of planning something.
That's true.
The sound of a boiling kettle stirs. Chat, tell me what that cat comes back wearing, okay? But go back.
I don't know if I feel comfortable planning something around the cat.
The cat is if you feel comfortable planning something around my broom, my broom, then you should feel comfortable planning.
The
There's
broom's a part of the
nothing
house.
under my
The
feet.
broom is part of the house.
The cat is part of the house.
I don't.
The same, what
That's such a
Lucky
weird
Strike
thing to
is to
think.
you, the cat is to me.
But you didn't trust the cat until like 2 seconds ago.
But you don't understand. I control the cat.
What if the cat's controlling you?
If I,
Does that happen?
you said to not do this, but if I told the cat to kill itself, it would do it.
Okay, but if you do that, Calvin's gonna get really sad.
I'm not going to do that. There's no need to do that. I don't want to throw away a free ally. That makes no sense. It's totally irrational.
So it's just killing random cats. Oh my god. You were talking about a heist. You're talking about stealing something?
Yeah, well, so we need to get the people out of McPherson's place, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So you want to just storm in there. I don't think that's gonna work. I think we have to like permanently shut down his ability to do stuff like this.
How do we do that?
Well,
And Daniel McPherson's place had turned into a giant
Obsidian,
thing.
yeah.
So question
Yeah,
mark of
they're
where he is right
Freaky
now.
shadows, and he sent a cherub to threaten me, or whatever.
If we can figure out where he is, the Waynosphere can go there. In a couple of days, I'll be done with this. We just need to find a power
And we
source.
have an in anyway, right? Because
The doorknob.
the doorknob to the closet.
well, it depends. We can either just try to steal the people out of there. We do have to make sure that they're not in immediate danger, but I think that we should probably, take his goetic abilities? Is that-
Maybe.
How would you do that? Like illegal censure or something?
I don't know. if
Gertrude
that's
walks
gonna-
in with a tray. There are 3 teacups on it, starts distributing it. Gertrude is wearing a pearl necklace with a vest and sort of this combination of feminine and masculine elements.
Damn.
And there's an embroidered Waynosphere logo
Oh my god!
on their shirt below the vest.
Man,
Gertrude is standing on the hind legs and looks very.
Corinthia, if you're watching, that's in the sketchbook for sure.
Oh yes. Okay.
holy moly.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Gertrude. Do me a favor. You can go back to your post outside. Don't listen to anything we're saying.
Hold on.
Okay.
Though.
Hold up.
Gertrude is not listening
So
to
it like
anything you're
freezes in
saying.
place.
Yeah.
Gertrude's been watching the house, right?
Yeah.
Has anybody been coming up to the house?
I don't know.
Ask Gertrude.
Hey, Gertrude. Who have you seen coming and going from here aside from the 3 of us?
To the Waynosphere, Gertrude starts listing from like day by day who has
Both of
visited.
those.
Too late. You're getting the long list of everyone who's visited the Waynosphere, which includes Lucy, who had stopped by the other
Figures.
day.
Yeah.
How mad would you be if I just
ghost
eliminated
neighbor.
Lucy?
There was a delivery person, right?
I think
Oh, that's
it would
right.
be
Yeah,
like
courier.
very illegal. I don't see a way around. And I technically love her.
I like you guys, but murder is like the first thing that you think of. And granted, in some situations, it seems like it might be appropriate because I can't believe there haven't been any legal repercussions for the stuff Danny McPherson does. But we're not killing people to solve our problems. That's not going to solve any problems. That's one of the things that's really messed up about this place is that you guys kill each other like a lot and at the drop of a hat. And I know that there are just ghosts who can like fly back and forth, but it's really not okay.
That would also not take care of the problem. She would be a ghost.
Well, there are ways around that. There are ways.
Well, there's also a giant goddamn hole in the middle of town where ghosts just fly through.
And she's also like, she's what? She's like a level, was it 5? She's like a level 5 goetic now, so she
6.
probably have level 5. She has aims on being.
Nope, I think it was 6 and aim's on 7.
I think it was level 5. I hope it's level 5. Anyway, she probably has a bunch of contingencies planned.
I have also repelled a horde of demons on several occasions.
That makes sense.
Gertrude
Thank you, Gertrude.
bows, walks off.
So that last bit, though, that's the bit that's concerning.
What?
The whole demons thing.
Well, we already have the Port of Demons.
Yeah, I think we know who that is.
No, not ours, not our benevolent horde of demons.
Well, Gertrude doesn't know that.
Well, why would Gertrude be repelling them?
She was
Hey,
repelling
Gertrude, whose demons were they that you repelled?
Pad's back in. Regrettably, I was not able to discover the
When did you do it, Gertie?
Gertie. This was
Trudy.
this was before your journey to the Pale. So this was, several weeks back.
But I mean, if it's before, yeah.
They are a horde in their collective. They had visited in small scouting groups.
Annoying.
I mean, that could be anyone at this point.
No, it's probably one of two people.
Daniel.
Or,
Lucy.
No, Kitty Hart.
Why would Kitty Hart be interested in Wayne?
Because he's tangentially related to me and he always annoyed her when we were kids.
I just feel like if people are starting to become problems, then we just remove the people.
Wayne seems to have a lot of powerful goetics interested in him. That's just something I've noticed. You're magnetic to that type.
Huh.
Are there horoscopes here?
Horoscopes?
Yes.
Yeah. There are absolutely places where people foretell things. There's
No. I mean more on personality things. I was really into it in the Shadow.
Oh, right.
and-
Yeah, I remember that. I think we quick flashed to Calvin's cubicle at our call center.
Yeah.
And he's just going on, and Wayne is not listening.
I imagine you're looking at your
squeezing my-
palm and pointing out,
Yeah.
Just
Not
squeezing my
good.
blue ball.
No. Yeah. So, the whole demon horde and everything, they were like, it all had to do with my setup back to Kitty Hart. Did I not tell you guys that? Have we really not
Is
talked?
the demon? I thought the demon horde was McPherson oriented.
Well, yeah, it was McPherson oriented, but it had to do with, like, that bond with Kitty Hart and me.
Wait, so
I think he's working for her.
you think McPherson is working for your aunt?
Yeah.
For
I
your
think
aunt
he
or
works
your-
for anyone.
No,
McPherson?
for Kitty Hart.
Yeah. Why don't we go talk to her?
God, I don't want to do that. I did that like last week. It was awful.
I mean, McPherson takes the cab every day.
Oh, yeah. He sure does, doesn't he? Let's call a cab.
Wait, you guys said never to take the cab.
We also said never turn stuff into birds, and you didn't seem to
You
hear that
you
one.
literally never said that to me.
We
No
have
one has ever said
constantly
that
been
to
telling
me.
you to stop turning
We've
things
thought
into
it.
birds. Before we go, actually, I think maybe, Calvin, there's something you should see.
What do you mean?
How curious are you?
About
Period? He was very...
everything.
Well, I don't know
I
that
mean,
he's that
very,
curious.
very, extremely. About what?
Are you? You seem kind of...
No, I want to know everything about everything.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, there you go.
What are you talking about?
It seems to me that the three of us have a certain commonality in that someone is interested in bits and pieces of our past.
No, but I don't have a past.
You do.
Yeah, you definitely do.
No, I have heard it.
What are you talking about?
Why didn't you say anything?
Guys, I came out of Shadow. I'm from Shadow or
no,
whatever.
you're not. So, when?
I take
Well, this is awfully dismissive.
the blue ball that
Yeah.
is like my squeezy toy, but that I also use to store
Yeah.
like memories and stuff in. I take out and I just kind of like spin it, and it floats into the air, and I think it starts playing us the audio effectively of Calvin's meeting with Librolite. So we just listen to that like all the way through, and once it finishes, the ball like floats, settles back down. In my
Lucky
hand,
strike.
in my pocket.
At one point, he sees what's happening. Calvin starts, like
this didn't happen. I didn't have that conversation.
It
Lu-
did happen.
Lucky Strike jumps down off Kitty and turns, like starts glowing and getting a little bigger and turns into like a little, not a lion cub, but like a chibi lion.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And goes and crawls into Calvin's lap.
I mean, I don't remember any of this, so
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
But what do you remember?
Well, I went into Librelite's office and I started working on learning my new weave.
Weird. Didn't you have any questions?
Well, I was really concerned about McPherson, and I think I might have, but it just seemed like learning the weave was more important because we had to prepare to take on McPherson. I'm sure if I asked him questions, he would give me answers. But like, first of all, how would you even know that this happened? How did you even get?
Do you understand that you went to him for one thing, and ended up doing something entirely different, and that doesn't feel strange to you at all?
Not at all. I do that all the time.
Yeah, he does.
But
Kitty, will you help?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of like the way to do this delicately, but I'm not really good at that. So do you remember me from Shadow?
no, did we know each other?
Yeah.
I feel like I would remember you. What did you look like in Shadow?
So like, do you remember how you used to help sell those like TVs from the back of the Best Buy and everything?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Right? So that was me who would organize that.
Okay.
So,
So
you
I didn't know you, but I was like,
yeah, and there were other small things that like occasionally I'd notice, hey, I need someone who's easily duped into helping me with like the Sultan thing that we did the other day. You were really good at it, you know? So I'd
what do you mean?
the salting job that we did the other day.
The
that was-
emotion mining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently I was. There were a lot of stuff buried there.
Right. So
Emotion mining.
well, so we got a bunch of mage coins recently. We came into
There's just a bunch of trust buried underneath like this patch of land, and Kitty picked it out, and I helped her mine it up out of the ground.
What?
So we-
You didn't even let him in on it?
well, it works better if he doesn't know. I find that it works better if he doesn't know. And that's how we
Now, what are you talking about?
it's simply how we work. Because it works better that way.
So wait, there's nothing there?
No.
You know what?
We sold that land to a god.
Well, did we?
We got money for it.
Yeah.
We got 6 mage coins for
but
it.
like a god, don't revere people. There's no point to
Look,
that.
The reason I played this for you is that I made a decision. The problem with this whole place is that everything's built on secrets and lies and nothingness. No more of that for us. Can we promise that?
Like as a group?
Yes. No more casual duping. I'm not going to listen in on you guys anymore.
So that's how you found out, is because you've been listening in on me?
Of course
Obviously.
I have.
I don't understand how I can say something that is like a wild invasion of privacy or crossing a serious moral boundary, and you guys can come back to me like it's just a practical way of living.
Well, okay,
Do you
so-
realize how deranged that makes you?
So
Yes,
I'm going
I
to
do.
get back to the thing that I was getting at. So like I recognized in you this ability that like you'd be useful, right? And I reckon that's not nice, okay? But my aunt, Kitty Hart, the older one, the scary one who's working with McPherson, seems to have recognized that ability in you ages ago.
I mean, look, I don't know who that person is.
But
In- in that
you don't
vision
remember,
or whatever-
You don't remember her. I get that. But you did used to work with her. I know that because do you remember when we went to the library?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So my aunt there, Aunt Ducky, she gave me a bunch of like Kitty Hart related memories and things, and I went through that, and one of them was you and her working on a job together. And I was like, what? This doesn't make any sense. Oh my gosh, Calvin's a lot older than he thinks he is, and he doesn't have any of his memories. And from that point on, I've been very wary of you, because if you understand, there's a lot of scary stuff happening right now. So we have been, I think, a little understandably concerned.
Well, I mean, I'm just a regular.
No.
No.
Think about this just for 1 second of your wishy-washy life. Think about this logically. What makes more sense to you? That you are a recently discovered Vizsla from the Shadow who miraculously has exceeded in power to people who have lived here for their entire lives? Or that something that you already know is extremely feasible, someone's mind has been tampered with, namely your mind, and that there's more to you than you thought there was. I know you have no frame of reference for this, but the things you can do are not possible for someone who is as new to this as you think you are.
I mean, okay, fine. Let's say that this ridiculous fantasy is true, and that I was some crazy, powerful person from before or whatever. Why does that person not have their memories? I get why you two would have your memories tampered with, but if I was this crazy Vizsla from the past, then how could my mind be tampered with?
So glad you asked, because Libra Light knows.
Yeah, Libra Light definitely knows.
I mean, Libra Light has been watching out for me since I came here.
Watching you.
Yeah. Watching over.
No, he's been teaching me. He's been giving me things. He's been helping me.
Maybe limiting you.
This is ridiculous. Calvin just leaves, I think, at this point.
Oh, takes Lucky. Oh, yeah.
I think Lucky can struggle to get out of his arms if
Where are
he
you
would like.
going?
I mean, he's just
No,
out the
no.
door.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
So, and Lucky does jump off of you.
Yeah.
I think as you go, I say, Calvin, and I throw my blue ball at you.
Does it bounce off of me, or?
I don't know. Are you catching it? If you don't, then yeah, it's just gonna.
I think it
off
just
you.
bounces off of me.
Yeah, talk.
Yeah.
The new card for the scene is Angel. It's the defender of notions.
Ooh.
Yeah. So +2 to anything you're about to do, as although you have just been devastated. Have a despair, by the way. Yes. And I think I might award all 3 of you despair for that, because that did not go well.
But I got a cool cat.
You got a cool cat, and it was important to give this information across, but you have ostracized and alienated Calvin in the process. Okay, Calvin, do you know where you're going, or do we?
He's going right to Libra Light. I know that for sure.
Okay, so you're running
Yeah.
off to Libra Light. What are you two doing?
Well, that could have gone better.
We either need to go with him or trust that he'll come back.
I'm not particularly. I don't know. You're the one who put the thing on him and was chasing him around. You go after him.
Put the thing on him.
Yeah.
There's a knock at the door.
Also,
Gertrude.
have you been like chasing me around? Do
What?
you have a thing? Do I have a thing on me? It's fine if I do.
You have a thing on you.
Where is
It's
it? Is
just
it?
my
Is
business
it?
card.
Is it the?
It's my
oh.
business card.
Oh, she like grabs business card. Is it useful? Has it gotten anything useful?
I don't know.
No. Yeah.
I honestly less of keeping tabs on you and more on looking out for you.
Yeah. No, it's fine. She puts it back into the card portfolio. Okay.
Gertrude, who's at the door?
A tier 4 maker,
Tier 4 maker?
official insignia, and etc.
Mm.
Carrying a letter. They look rather upset.
This is not. All right. Show them in.
Gertrude pads
I
back
must
out.
have had an exam to move up today that I've forgotten about, but that's impossible because I keep an impeccable schedule and we're already behind.
A tier 4 maker.
Good afternoon.
This is a. Okay, sorry, grabbing the NPC. Okay, in strides Dr. Juliana Streets, a very short woman who's like very sturdily built and around 30 with this long cascading brown curly hair, and she's got very wild brown, like sort of brown amber eyes.
Ooh, I have a crush on her out of character. In character.
Thank you, Lucas.
In character, I'll say, Dr. Streets. Now isn't really the best time.
I'm afraid it will have to be now.
The house isn't done, and that's what I was planning on submitting as my project.
Well, you can please put aside those plans, Wayne, as I'm afraid it befalls me to give you the news. We can no longer keep you accredited as a maker. I believe we have a list of actionable offenses, and she pulls open this letter, and there is a list of actionable offenses.
Let me look at that. I am his goetic. Oh, Wayne, this is bad.
It's all stuff you were there.
Well, yeah, no.
The rival maker, you know?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Ooh. Oh,
a
crud.
good
Did
name.
I not write it down?
No, I'm sure I'll think of it. Your sort of rival. You were detected tampering with a cohort of your own maker's cohort.
Allegedly.
We are happy to provide you the evidence, but I'm sure that Wayne knows what he did. You have flouted all of the rules of our society. You seem entirely disinterested in the culture. You've done no outreach activities. I'm sorry, I'm channeling something else here.
None
I
of
love it.
these are maker requirements that I'm aware of.
Requirements, no.
And no notice was given to me whatsoever. This is, and I'm sure you will understand the gravity of this statement. This is something that I had not planned for today.
She gestures back at the list. Were these part of your plans?
Yes.
Wow.
Almost.
I stand by my
extensively.
statement. Please, Wayne, do not come to our events. I'm afraid we've already stricken you from the list. There is just too much overwhelming evidence of your misdeeds. It pains me to say it. You're a very promising student. We thought you could really change things here in
Get
Satterine.
out of my house.
Is there an appeal process?
I do not wish to appeal. Get out of my house.
Good day. And she turns on a heel and leaves.
Gertrude, if Dr. Streets ever attempts to enter my house again, destroy her.
I will do my best.
Thank you,
Gertrude looks very serious and sort of follows Dr. Streets out.
I suppose I will go reclaim Calvin then?
Have a despair.
Let's
by the way.
go get him.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, I clearly don't have anything else going on today.
Okay, Wayne, let's go get Calvin.
We cut to Calvin. So has Calvin just been striding quickly toward, what's...
Calvin, I think, is mad, and he is going to weave himself.
Phil of Canada gave +1 to destruction.
Nice.
Excellent.
So Gertrude has a +1 to destruction.
yeah,
is
does Gertrude,
I'm
petulantly do something to Dr. Streets as she's leaving the premises? What would she
no,
do?
she's too professional for
okay,
that. But
that's
I'm
fair.
very curious to see what Gertrude looks like in action.
Aren't we
yeah.
all? So +1 to destruction.
Calvin is going to be weaving together.
Someone should have sortilege because there was one sub up at the beginning, but I didn't see who gave it. So
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else has sortilege. So thank you, Kalfa.
Calvin is going to weave weather from wind and movement from thunder to become a rushing storm of wind, so he can sort of sweep through the city up to Librelite's tower very quickly.
Give me that roll, and you have a +2 because of the defender.
What
And
spell what level do you think this needs to be? Well, how far
It's not
Wayne's
that.
place
Well,
from?
it's in a different neighborhood, right? Because you guys are in different neighborhoods, but still within Fartown. So it's, I would say no more than 5, level 5.
5.
Is there what's the
So
movement
for
related?
a level 6 lets you move 50 miles. So
5 seems
well 5. Well, I mean 5 is where flight starts. So
okay.
that makes sense to me.
Thank you.
Yay!
And
Copper.
yeah, we'll
Another rough day for Wayne. Sorry, Wayne.
Oh
so
man.
I just need a 3
Never-ending
or
fun.
higher to get this. Great, I got it.
Excellent. Good.
So yeah, I turn into a storm of wind, and I think he bursts into feathers,
Yeah.
and they're carried through this wind. So that's like the sort of visual
Yep.
sign.
Excellent. So you are cascading your way there. How are you two getting there? Are you just walking?
I'd pay for that like shifty bus thing.
Okay.
That
Yep.
disc that stays in place.
The platform
Yeah, yeah.
that moves the world around you. Excellent. Yep. So you pay money, and so I think you probably arrive if you hustle shortly after Calvin, because you were kind of. But it seems like flying directly there is a little quicker.
Yeah. Oh, and I
So-
forgot I had +2 from that angel, so I
Oh, wow.
probably shouldn't have spent what I spent because I was already guaranteed. I'm actually going to take one of those
That seems reasonable.
back because I had the +2 and I really only needed +1 to make it a guarantee.
Do we get there when you're still outside, or are you inside?
No, I think I need to have this confrontation.
Cool.
Yes.
So let's open up on Calvin. Yeah.
So
Where do you land? So you fly through as a
So
cascade
yeah,
of
I
feathers.
think like I go to swirl around the tower, and like these feathers are sort of swirling up the spiral tower, and then slowly, like from the feet up, like they swarm around, and he lands in front of the door, and he just opens it and
Okay.
strides inside.
This is the sort of balcony door up top, or
Yeah.
Excellent. So we enter this room we've been in quite a few times now, of the office of Librelight. It's very nautical themed, and there are sort of ships and bottles on the shelves behind the desk, and there is no golden ship, which Calvin wouldn't even remember, but we have seen on screen. Librelight is not in this room, but he's probably around.
Librelight. Hello. He's gonna go through and like it. All it is this room, like visibly to him, right?
Looming shade.
Sounds
Alarming.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, looming shade sounds very positive.
Very good. What did you say?
I said looming shade sounds very positive.
But yes, there's no one in this room at the moment, but you know that there's several other rooms to this building.
So I do know that. Okay. Yeah. So I think Calvin is then just going to like go through the next door.
Excellent. Yeah, so as you are throwing open doors and calling for Librelight, you get to sort of that middle floor, one of the middle floors that has his big walk-in closet that he outfitted you and Kitty in appropriate wear for the party so long ago, it seems. And there's also a sort of private meeting room that Librelight pulls aside a like a little window curtain and looks out at you, seems to be meeting with some shadowy figures inside.
I think
Literally shadowy, they're made of shadows.
a thing that I want, because I'm in this
Yeah.
closet space anyway, and we're playing with these themes. I think Calvin sees the suit that he was wearing when he was a ghost.
Yeah.
And so he's sort of confronting that, and seeing this vest that has the Path of Suns on it.
When he was in the
When he
pail.
ripped his soul out of his body.
Oh.
Yeah. That was during the side scene that we did on One Shot,
Yeah.
if you want to learn more about that. But it was also in the scene that he did with Kitty in that development
Right.
mode.
Your spirit was ripped from
Yeah.
your physical body.
So he looks at
Yeah.
that, and he remembers that outfit, and he realizes Librelight has had a lot of other clothes that fit Calvin perfectly, and it does not take much to see that Calvin and Librelight have different body types.
Yep.
So he's sort of confronted with this and the implications of that, and reeling from that a little bit when Librelight sticks his head out.
Yep. So Librelight kind of gives you the little one finger up of I just need a moment. A couple pages. The several pages are sort of disordered, it's Librelight expressing a little bit of frazzlement. So some of the pages are kind of crumpled, and but they move to a pop-up of you and Librelight sitting down after an hourglass is ticking. So he's like, in 15 minutes.
Trying to decide. I think Calvin at this is at all times more curious than he is like emotionally like forceful.
Yeah.
So I think he accepts that he will wait and starts looking around more.
Okay, excellent. Librelight takes that and goes back inside. So the two of you probably arrive as Calvin is looking around. So, and where are you looking? So you're like...
So I was in this closet area. So now I'm just like looking at other areas of this place to see if like there's any indication that there are other things that might be of mine here.
Right.
And I do have a bunch of perception.
Yeah, I think I'm going to ask you to give me that sweet, sweet perception.
So I will spend a bene from this.
Great.
Because that's the other thing.
There's
that
also
I'm
sortilege and hidden knowledge in case you wanted to...
Oh yeah, I got that sortilege from a viewer, so I will
great.
use that. I will always use sortilege if it's available to me. So that is a 5 plus the 1, so I get a 6.
Okay. You're looking around, and there is a, you basically are putzing around. You go down to the first floor where there's sort of a like kitchen and like dining room area where Librelight has been known to have sort of guests over. And then there you see a lot of pictures on the walls, and so you're looking through that to see evidence of stuff you might recognize.
Right.
And you get stirrings, but nothing solid. With a 6, even a 6 is Librelight. The one thing you do notice is that his house is very, for a man who seems to collect a lot of things, there's like pretty innocuous pictures on the wall. Everything almost has this feel of like, those pictures you get when you buy a picture frame at Target, right?
Yeah,
kind of the
stock photos
stock
are in there.
photo, almost stagey. It didn't. Now Librelight. None of it really feels very like his personality coming through.
Yeah, the only thing that feels that way is his office.
Yes,
kinda.
exactly. And then there's a really stark difference between that and the rest of the house. So I think it's while you're on the first floor that you two perhaps arrived the
Sure.
first.
Before we get there,
Yeah.
Summon something.
Yeah.
You sure? Well, actually,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought.
no. It's just we need to do something first. So, kind of weird that Nick Fearson's whole apartment's gone, but I'm just gonna grab you into this alley. And Wayne, one of these. It's time for one of these. You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I know what this means.
Yeah, you do.
Hold on.
Secret language.
Do. For who?
You, kiddo.
Wait. Am I sure I got this right?
It's been a long time since they were kids. He's rusty. Sortilege for Calvin's no good, very bad day.
Oh, thank
Why?
you.
Are you kidding me? No, you can't do that. You just got kicked out of your order. And a bunch of other stuff is going on, and you've been behaving like super weird.
Laurie, what do you want me to do?
I want you to tell me what's going on in your head and what you're thinking about, and I want to make sure that you're not going to like make anything worse.
Honestly, I'm toying with 2 long-term ideas. One, I'm gonna help Calvin build a world, and maybe we'll just go there.
That's not that bad.
The second is to compile a detailed list of everyone's secret name in Satyrine and then release it to the public.
Okay. Why?
Just feel like it might even the playing field. Everything here is behind 50 shadows, and people seem to be totally fine with the notion of tampering with people's lives or ruining things left and right.
It's going to get a lot of people killed. Like a lot.
They're doing that already.
It's different than deleting credit scores.
Not so different.
Way different.
not so different.
Way different, Wayne. Like, right now, I haven't told you this, but I've had like a bad headache all day. Pretty sure it's because I like interacted with my house earlier. Bad stuff's been happening to me.
mansion?
Yeah, and I think it's because somebody has my true name, right? And do you understand that if everybody has everybody's true name, that all of this is going to be like
Look at me.
fine? But do you get that it's not like these problems would go away if you level the playing field? It's just that people would find new ways to make all of this sort of thing worse. That pettiness is nothing. It just gets reset.
But at least it would be all out in the open.
Are you feeling certainty about all of this at the moment?
I'm waffling between the two, which is not comfortable for me. But I have an instinct that depending on how our talk with Libor Light goes, I will have a clear direction walking out of this house.
Okay, that's actionable. All right, let's go into it then. Summoning something. I suppose I could summon something, but the only thing I'd want to do is protect our memories. Otherwise, Liberlat seems pretty A-okay. Mostly concerned with protecting Calvin.
Fleeting moment. If you do cast a spell,
Sure.
the new sort of magic that's active is fleeting moment. It's got a cool candle on it. And it enhances indigo magic and diminishes gray magic. So
Was Agamemnon Butler dead yet? They were supposed to die. He was supposed to die. Go through the death cycle. If he's dead yet, we could just summon him, and then they can have like a memory fight.
I don't think he's.
it was going to be a couple months before the end of his.
No, it's gonna be a couple of months.
Wayne doesn't even know who Agamemnon Butler is.
Is that one of the ones with the wings?
No, it's like he's like a spider inside of another spider puppet inside of a puppet human.
I don't remember that one.
You
What kind
two
of
should
circle is
no.
it?
You
I-
should never meet. Actually,
I'm really good at
I'm
remembering
thinking about
the
it now, and
circles.
you should never meet.
Okay. Just what did the circle look like that you pulled them out of? Because I have pretty good eye for like
Oh
figures. and
no, I've
symbols.